Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 29th. This week, we are just going to look at your current energies in this first row. In your second row, we're going to look at any messages from your future self. And in your last row here, we're going to take a look at any messages from your guides. Also, at the end, I will be pulling 3 yes or no question cards, and I will be answering those as if I know what your question is, even though I don't. And that'll be that. Also, make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising here, Scorpio, to see what is going on for you. But Scorpio, let's see what is going on for you here, Scorpio. All 3 water signs have had something about going through a transformation. You have the transformation card in your general energies here, Scorpio. So I do feel, obviously, some of you could be going through some sort of change or transformation. The moon here could also represent going through a change or transformation. The moon represents a period after a full moon, and the period after a full moon is the time for innovation and trying new things. So, and that's why the moon represents fears, because it's kind of like a period of time where you're doing things that you've never done before. So I feel for a lot of you, that you definitely are just going through a transformation with this energy. There you go, change. Like I said, some sort of major change. Every single water sign has had a major change showing up in their reading. You have the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups here. Definitely could be a love offer. Could be a Pisces for some of you, because you have Knight of Cups and the High Priestess here in the Moon. Could be a Cancer. Could just be a water sign. I'm also getting Earth here as well. So it's either a water, earth, or an earth sign, or a mixture of the two. You've been getting this combination in like every single reading that I do for you. So wouldn't surprise me. Definitely could be a Capricorn for sure. Capricorn twice in your reading. But I do feel that there is like a knight in shining armor coming in for you with this Knight of Cups. I do feel like this person is almost like a channel, is what I would say to you, Scorpio. So if there's new love coming in for you, I feel like this person has like a never-ending energy, almost kind of a weird feeling. I don't really know how to describe this, but I feel like they give from a very deep well, let's put it that way. So this would be a good person for you. I feel like it's someone who's very giving, someone who's very caring, someone who, again, it's like they have a never-ending abundance of love, really. So if you're looking for love, this could be very good for you. For others, this is clearly about your dreams, something that you're working on here. And it's like, I'm getting something about comparing with this Moon card and the Queen of Cups as well. And when I get it, it's kind of hard to describe how I get messages, but I'm getting it right here, right in between these 2 cards here, Scorpio, if that makes sense. And I feel like this is saying there's nothing to compare to. I feel that you're building something new in your life where there is no structure. There is no structure exists. The Emperor right here. I feel like you could be the one that is like channeling something new. I don't really necessarily feel like you're going to be the first person to do something in the world, but you could be starting a YouTube channel, for example, and it's like I feel that you're doing it in a way that's never been done before. So it's like you're kind of working in an existing framework, if that makes sense, in your life, but it's like you're updating it, you're innovating, you're making changes with the Moon card. I feel like the fears are because you don't, like, there is nothing to compare it to. It's like you're not quite sure how to put things together. I feel like this could be happening for you in a lot of different areas of your life. Kind of a weird message here, Scorpio, but again, I feel that it's like you're doing something in your life where there's nothing to compare it to, so you're not sure. It's like I said, the structure doesn't exist, so I feel like you could be building something where you're not sure if it's going to last or if it's going to fall apart, and that's the best way I could describe this. For most of you, I do not think it's love. I feel like there's love coming in for you, of course, but I feel like whatever you're building with this Moon card, whatever this change is, it's probably like in work or business or in some area of your life where it's like you're thinking about making some sort of change. To me, this is very Uranus and Taurus energy. With Uranus and Taurus, we're going to see people doing all sorts of weird stuff, that has never been done before. So that makes perfect sense. I know that this is, it's a very general message that I'm feeling here, Scorpio. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like if you're building something that has never been built before, it could be the way you live your life, which is very general as well. But let's clarify this. You have the Knight of Wands going on an adventure here. Mysteries. Knight of Wands is a card of mysteries, and it is also the card of the builder. Like I said, you are building something here. Knight of Cups, some sort of dream or dream life. By the way, if this is love, this person's very passionate. Like I said, Six of Cups, true soulmate. Six of Cups over here as well. So if this is love, I feel like this person gives from a never-ending place. Definitely feel like it's a new person. Even though you have the Six of Cups here, I still feel like this is a new person. I feel like you could meet them socializing through friends, things like that with the Knight of Wands here. Definitely could be water sign. I feel like this person's a little shy as well. It's like they could be a little shy to approach you, but I feel like this is a very giving person, a very good person. So I would go for it if you have new love coming in. Definitely a soulmate. Again, even though you have the Six of Cups here, I feel like this intuitively, I feel like this is a new person that's coming in for you. For, you know, of course, it's a general reading, right? For some of you, it could be a past person. But for others, like I said, you're building something here. The Six of Cups is a second chance. Cancer had a very similar message. If you have Cancer in your chart, I would definitely watch the Cancer reading. But the Six of Cups is a turnaround. You know, outside of love, the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. The Six of Cups says obstacles are being removed from your life, or an obstacle is being removed from your life. Like if you tried to start a business in the past, it's like this card says try again, because it's like you're being given a second chance. And again, Cancer's reading was very similar to this, so that's why I'm saying that. But I feel like you are kind of being given a second chance here. I am going to dig, I clarified even deeper for Cancer, so let's go one level deeper here, Scorpio, and see kind of where this is headed. Temperance, something you've been very patiently working on. Tower, there you go. Tower is funny because it's like you're wondering, like I said, you're wondering if something is that you're building right now is a tower, is what I feel. Remember what I was saying about you building something where the structure doesn't exist. It's like you're inventing structure as you go along, is what I'm seeing here. So it's like you're not sure if it's going to last or not. And you have the Ace of Swords. You will be victorious. Wouldn't even worry about that tower, is what I would say to you. I feel like whatever new thing you're building or working on, could be a business, it could be the way you live your life as well. I'm getting something about moving. The tower is your energy, Scorpio. You keep getting the tower now that I think about it. And, you know, for some of you, this could be the way you live your life. I'm trying to come up with a good, you know, a good example of what the hell I'm talking about here, right? I feel for some of you, I'm getting something about moving. Some of you could be like wanting to move somewhere, but like maybe it's super expensive or something like that. But I feel like there is a way. It's like you're finding a way to do something that is hard, but you're finding a way to do it. It's like if you want to live somewhere super expensive, I feel like you're finding a way to be able to do it. I feel like you're being very creative with this energy. It's almost like if you're trying to move somewhere that's really expensive where you really want to live, it's almost like you're finding a deal on a house, right? And you're fixing it up, or you know, there's something like that. For others, there could be something you want to accomplish. Like maybe you want to go to a certain university and maybe it's really hard to get into. I feel like you're finding a way to do it, but it's kind of unconventional. It's like you're having to really put in the work here with this energy. Some of you, like, you know, what I mean by that is like maybe there's a university you want to go to and maybe you're making the sacrifice, Ace of Swords, where you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'll get a job at that university. I'll work there so I can get tuition for free so I can go there. You know, like I'm getting weird stories, weird ass stories here for you, Scorpio, and that's like one of the stories I'm getting. So I'm gonna say it. I like this. The water signs, I am liking where they're going this week for sure. In the area of any messages from your future self, you have the Mending card. I feel like your future self wants you to take time to heal, wants you to take time to rest, relax, recover, and I feel like your future self wants you to push yourself. We see this here with the Come to the Edge card. This card about the Come to the Edge card is like pushing yourself to your limit and then a little bit more. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Four of Cups here. I feel for some of you that there's something that has a lot of potential that's coming in for you. I feel like your future self wants you to give it a chance with the Four of Cups. He's manifesting exactly what he wants, but he's not accepting it. You know, it's a card of apathy. It's like a card that says the universe is giving you the things you want, but you're not grabbing onto those cups. The problem with the Four of Cups is like we could try to manifest love into our lives, but we could say to ourselves like, oh, that's not exactly what I was trying to manifest, so I'm not going to accept that love into my life. The Four of Cups can say that there are steps that we have to go through. It's like one of those things. Maybe you're trying to manifest the person of your dreams. I always get comments from people who are always like, oh, I've been trying to manifest the person of my dreams, but I keep dating bozos or whatever. I'm like, well, good, keep dating bozos. It's like, maybe, it's like, you mean to tell me if I told you that, you know, like, let's pretend I was the universe, right? And I said, you have to date 6 more bozos before you meet the one. It's like, you wouldn't go and date those 6 bozos. It's like, just go through it and learn, because it's like, sometimes the universe wants us to take certain steps or wants us to do certain things. It's like, we can't skip steps sometimes. There are things we have to learn. There are things we have to go through. It's like, we have free will. I truly believe that. And I truly also believe that we kind of can create our own reality. And I believe in the law of attraction. But at the same time, I feel like that we can make it easier or harder on ourselves depending on like what the decisions we make and the things that we do. So I feel like this is your future self saying, like, if you're attracting love, just go out on dates, see how they go, see how things go. Also in like work or business, I feel like there could be like extra steps or things that you have to do, but it's like you're still going to accomplish, or you're still going to achieve what you want to achieve here. I do feel that there could be someone coming in for you. I feel like you're going to feel this intuitive hit with the High Priestess. It could be a Pisces, but at the same time, I really feel this is more you in this reading, even though the High Priestess doesn't represent you. I feel like this is your energy. I feel like you feel a very strong intuitive pull towards a person here. So I would trust your intuition. For others, I feel like there's something about resources here with the Queen of Pentacles. So let's get some extra detail on this. You have the 7 of Wands here, the 3 of Cups, major celebration, and the 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty, a lot of happiness coming in for you. 7 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles is kind of one of those things. It's like saying that maybe you need a certain amount of money to start a business or do something, but it's like you don't have it. So this is basically the universe saying, once you have committed to the business, once you have committed to starting something, then the universe will provide. So I do feel this is kind of your future self telling you that the universe will provide everything you need once you get started. So I feel like you can't just not start, is what this is saying. I feel like you have to get moving towards something that you're trying to manifest in your life. I'm getting a lot of abundance here as well. There's kind of like this harvest. They're celebrating a harvest on the 3 of Cups. So I do feel that you will be celebrating some sort of major harvest or a lot of success. I do feel like there's love coming in for you. 10 of Cups to me is a dating card. So for a small percentage of you, I do feel like you're going to have to date or meet a couple of people here to get to like the person that you truly want. But let's keep going. You have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I would open up to new opportunities here. You have the 4 of Wands, marriage, definitely. So whoever this person is going to be someone you could marry in the future. And you have the World as well. It's funny because I have 2 cards of dating in the tarot, the World and the 10 of Cups. So really, if you have not been dating, I would go out on some dates. Again, you don't have to marry these people. As I always say, I talk to too many people that get tons of matches on Tinder and things like that, but they don't go out with anyone. I'm always like, what's the frickin' point, right? So it's like, you might as well go out, get those free dinners, as I say, or go out and get a free drink, whatever it is, or go 50-50, I don't care, right? But I would just go out with these people. And I would, kind of like make it happen. People always tell me too, they're like, I don't want to waste my time. Well, it's like, yeah, but it's like, isn't it a better story to like meet a person after spending a lot of time looking for them? It's like, it makes it so much more special. If you just were to just bump into someone, right? Like freaking that stupid movie, 50 Shades of Grey, just like be in a hardware store, meet some hot, billionaire who wants to tie you up or whatever, right? Scorpio. It's like, that sounds good. It sounds good and everything like that. But it's not a very good story, really, honestly. That book sucked. I don't know if you tried to read it, right? But, in a lot of ways, what I would say here is that is a movie, right? And I feel like it's much better to like really put in the work and try to find someone, because it's like, if you really have to work for someone and it really took you a while to find it, it's like you'll value that person so much more. And that's like what I'm getting here. And who knows, it might be Christian Grey that you find, but it's like you probably, this is saying that you're gonna have to date to find that person. For some of you, I do feel that you're just gonna bump into this person here with this energy. I feel like that you are going to just find a person here in the near future, because it is showing up as one person. Knight of Cups and the High Priestess. Very nice. For those of you who aren't looking for Christian Grey, then I feel that this is talking about your setting yourself free. I feel like you have been bound to a specific position, like in work or business, and I feel this Four Wands is saying you want to experience something new with the World card. You want to see what's on the other side. So I feel for some of you, you are setting yourself free. Ace of Swords, definitely a victory coming in for you here, Scorpio. I like this. In your last row here of any messages from your guides, you have the Badger Spirit. It says, be fearless, be bold. And the Koi Fish, it says, there's always enough. I feel like you are, again, I was getting something here about like a never-ending well. Remember when I said that at the beginning of the reading before we started talking about 50 Shades of Grey right here? I feel that this is saying there is a never-ending pool of abundance. And once you realize that, I feel like your life will become extremely abundant. I always tell people, it's like, it's like we need to look at abundance as, Esther Hicks, she says, it's not like if we are becoming abundant in our lives, it's not like we're taking from a pie and that pie gets smaller. If we're creating more abundance, we're creating more abundance, period. And so we're making the pie bigger for everybody. So it is, to me, it is our duty in life to create as much abundance as we possibly can. That doesn't have to be money. It could be happiness. It could be just creating something we enjoy. It could be doing something that's important that creates abundance in every sense of the word. But I feel like your guides want you to know that it is your duty to create abundance here in this last row. You have the Emperor, the Six of Cups, and the Devil here. I feel like some of you are definitely letting go of a devil person. I feel like you're still thinking about this person here, but I also feel this is a new offer that's coming in for you. These are two children, and the white flowers in tarot represent purity, so I feel there's a very pure offer coming in for you here, Scorpio, from a new person. But I do feel you are probably still letting go of a person here. I feel like your guides want you to know that. For others, I feel like I was talking about over here with the structure. It's like you're working on something that has no structure yet, or you're trying to figure it out. The Emperor represents structure, and I feel like this is saying once you get started, it's like you are developing the framework of something to make sure that it doesn't tower, to make sure that it lasts for a long time. The Devil to me sometimes can just be hard work. And I do feel like your guides want you to know that whatever it is that you're building, it is going to be a lot of hard work, especially if it's like a business or something. But I feel like you're going to be very, very successful here, Scorpio. So love it. You have the Ace of Pentacles, major success. I feel like your guides want you to know that once you get started, all the abundance is going to come in for you. This reading is really saying you need to get started on one of your ideas, because once you get started, what you are waiting for is going to show up. Four of Pentacles, still holding on a little bit to this past person. And the Page of Swords, new love coming in for you. I feel like, for some of you, I feel like you could be dealing with a person who's a little bit obsessed with you here, who is having a hard time letting go. I'm going to clarify that on the side. What is going on with this obsessed person? Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. No, I feel like your guides are blocking this person out. So for a lot of you, if you're dealing with a person who's obsessed with you, who can't let go of you, I feel like your guides are keeping you single, or keeping that person single, and are probably making sure that they can't, get a love offer from you here. I do feel like for some of you, someone who's obsessed could have thought the grass was greener on the other side, but basically it wasn't. Let's clarify, why the hell not? Let's clarify this row as well and see what's going on. You have the Strength card. I feel like you will be seen as being very strong in the future. To me, the Strength card is a card of showing off, like in a good way. She has her hands in a lion's mouth, as I always say, and to me, it represents a display of strength. It represents you doing something that, makes you very strong, and that's what I feel like is going on there. Ten of Wands, probably through a lot of challenges, and the this card is nothing, so we'll just throw that card over there. And the Eight of Wands, quick success coming in for you. And so I always forget to take these little, those little extra cards out. But I feel there's quick success coming in for you. I feel like some of you could be moving as well. Ace of Swords, World, Eight of Wands, quick movement or moving. And I feel like moving will lead to a lot of success. But this is a crazy ass reading here, Scorpio, but I love it. At the same time, I feel like this is awesome energy for you. And I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of success. So let's do your yes or no questions. We're going to do 3 yes or no questions. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So feel free to pause this video if you need to think of your questions. 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, I would say yes. I feel like saying yes. I feel that you have woken up to something here based off of what you're asking. I feel like you know the answer is yes as well. For question number 2, I would say yes as well. New beginning coming in for you here in this situation. I feel like you've attracted whatever this question is into your life, or you have attracted the experience. I feel like if you're having a hard time getting, it's like you're having a hard time getting something moving forward. I get like a cat like scratching at a door, but it's like it's not doing anything to the door. I feel like this card is saying that you need to. I don't think you need to do anything, but I feel like you need to use a different tool to get through a doorway. But I would say yes. And for question number 3, I feel like saying no on question number 3. I feel like there's a general lack of clarity, so I would say no with that question. But this is one hell of a reading here, Scorpio. A lot of good stuff. So thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support. But thank you, Scorpio, and definitely enjoy your week.